I want to understand, like, I'm looking at this from the outside, like, considering moving here,
Mm-hmm.
and I've sort of been, like, navigating this. I mean, I got, like, 12 or 13 shows booked
Yeah.
here and done a show, like, pretty much every night, but, like, compared to what our shows are in Washington, it's so, like, shows here are what mics are out there. Like,
Yeah.
we legitimately get audiences to open
Oh, yeah.
mic.
Yeah.
Which, if you were, like, it would blow your fuck.
That's
Probably,
crazy.
like, one of the, like, the worst show here is, how do I say this? I don't know. It's just, it's completely different. So,
Yeah.
are you in at the Cellar yet?
Yeah. I just got passed a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Probably like a month ago. I just
And
got in.
like, what is the climb to get to that? Like, how did you?
It took me a long time because I feared rejection. You know, you also hate yourself. Well, I do. I hate myself. So, asking for anything is very hard for me because I'm very ready for people to be like no, which never really actually my worst fear when it comes to asking for stuff usually happens. It's like Murphy's Law. It usually the other day. So right now I'm looking for representation and stuff. I'll get back to the other thing, but like I'm looking for representation because I don't have any, and I would like some help and stuff. So I'm asking around, and the first person I asked, because it's hard. It's very hard to ask for things for me. So I'm like, and I was like, nobody wants to fucking, you know, people are rooting for you. No one's gonna call you a bitch for asking for help. And the first person I talked to was like, it like became like she thought I was asking her to represent me, and I was like, no, I was like, I'm just I was like, hey, I'm just saying I'm out, because some people probably think that I do have representation. And I was like, I don't, so I'm just putting it out there. I know you know people. And she's like, and then she goes, well, thank you for saying you'd never work with me. And I went, what? And you just have to go, like, in my head, I go, oh my God, the worst thing is happening. The thing that I didn't want, and I hate it. And but then a part of me also goes, but then I quickly go to, no, this person is just weird and this is happening, and don't, whatever. It is what it is. This happened. Say what you gotta say and move on and shit like that. Because it's so the same thing. The reason I bring that up is because for the Cellar, it took me a very long time, to, even when I felt like I should be in there, and you could be sitting around with your friends being like, no, dude, you gotta be, I should be in there. Do you see the people that do without making any at all, what am I trying to say here? Without even trying. So it's like, that book, The Secret, or like that whole fucking thing about manifesting.
I don't, but
there's a whole thing about like manifesting what you want, and the whole idea is say it out into the universe. I want to get laid by Jennifer Lopez, and it'll happen, and it kind of does, but not that magical. When you say so, like I was like, okay, what I want to get into the Cellar. I want to work that place. What do I do? I need recommendation. Okay, that's the part that's hard for me. How do I ask for it? Because we all want people to, like, you want to be like, and then they just asked me, and then I went there, and now, yeah, and now, and then Steven Spielberg called me because he heard about me, and everyone's just coming to me when it's not that at all. You have to constantly be putting yourself out there and be ready for any kind of rejection or whatever. Like, so
dude, there's some people that are so good at asking though. Like, it's fucking crazy. Because I have the same thing where I don't like assuming like people want to work with me or things like it's just, I like working with people that like I feel like are good people, and they're like, oh, he's a good guy or whatever, but like that doesn't help you in this space really. Like,
but it isn't. It's like the problem is because I have that same thought, and then we just stop ourselves from trying to get the thing we want,
Yeah.
where you got to exhaust all the options. You go, well, how do I get this thing that I want? And then you go for it and you try to get it. And if you don't get it, you go, well, I'm even Stevens. I don't have the thing. Not only do I not have the thing that I wanted, I know I can't have it. So now, bye-bye. That want is now gone. It's upsetting, but live in the upset, be sad, and then fucking move on and just be like, well, what's another thing that I want to do? So I asked for the recommendation, and I asked a couple people, and one person specifically did it. The other two did not, which is fine. And then I did it, and I got in, and I was like, that helped me a lot. That changed something in me where I was like, I have to ask for things.
Yeah.
I have to actively put myself out there.